Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jacqueline. I'm a 3rd grade teacher and I am going into my 2nd year of teaching. In this video, I am going to be talking about the struggles of being a short, baby-faced young teacher, and I hope that you guys can either relate or just enjoy the stories that I'm about to share. I should probably start this video by sharing how old I am, but I think it'd be fun to have you guys guess first. So go ahead and drop a comment below and guess how old I am. And if you already know how old I am, then don't comment. I should have started this video without any makeup and my natural curly hair because I look so much younger with my natural hair and no makeup on. Alright you guys, I am 24 years old. I will be 25 next month. If you guessed correctly, way to go. So a lot of people will assume that I am around the age of 17, which a lot of people are like, take it as a compliment, but I cannot take it as a compliment just yet. I really do just want to look my age right now. But I'll take it as a compliment when I'm 40 and people are telling me I look 35. But right now, I do not want to look like a 17-year-old teacher. When I started student teaching, I had one student that told me I just look like her big sister. And I asked her, how old is your big sister? And she said, 16. And I was like, great. The summer before I started teaching, I went to Walmart and I bought a whole bunch of binders and notebooks. And I checked out, I was heading out the door, and the lady who was checking my receipt was like, what school do you go to? And I was like, I'm a teacher. And she was shook. And then I had another incident at that same Walmart. I was actually buying a mini fridge. And when I was checking out, the cashier was like, getting ready for college? And I was with my husband too. And I was like, no, this is for my classroom, I'm a teacher. And she looked at both of us and she was like, oh, y'all look so young, and just went on and on about how young we are and what school I'm teaching at, what does he do, and all that stuff. When I first got the job at my school, one of my coworkers was so nice. She was showing me around the school and she was introducing me to other teachers, and one of the ladies in the front office was like, oh, I thought she was your little niece or your little sister or someone. And I was like, no, I'm Mrs. Hall. Another struggle of being a short, baby-faced young teacher is just the intimidation that I feel when I'm either meeting parents or about to meet parents and stuff like that. I always dress up. I dress up in like really dressy pants and a lot of makeup, and I wear my hair like this. That way they don't see me as like some babysitter and they actually see me as a teacher. I never want people to think that I'm unqualified or too young to be a teacher. So sometimes that can be intimidating. So every time I have either a parent meeting or I'm gonna see parents, I always dress up, to the point where my students started to notice it. I had some of my students' parents coming in to visit our classroom one day and to sit in a lesson. And before they came in the morning, when my students saw me, one of my students asked me, Miss Hall, are we having visitors today? It seems that she had noticed when I was dressing up, because normally I would just put on like a t-shirt dress or leggings and a nice shirt. But whenever parents came in, I was wearing dress pants and like a button-up shirt. You guys, at open house, one of my students had her whole family there, which is totally fine. But one of her older brothers came up to me right before I was about to give my presentation to the parents and asked me if I was single. What? I really thought when I got engaged that this ring would make me look a little older and more mature, but I guess not. One day my students had to write a paragraph about what they love most about school, and let me read to you what one of my students said. She said, my favorite part of this school is PE because you can exercise and get stronger. My second part of this school is Miss Hall because she is nice, kind, cute, and smart. I'm cute. I feel like when I was in elementary school, I would never describe my teacher as cute. Like, even if she was cute, I'd probably be like, yeah, my teacher's pretty, or she's beautiful, or like, I feel like using the word cute is like a word that you use to describe someone who's like a kid or a baby. Another struggle of being a short, baby-faced young teacher is having your student always come up to you to measure their height against your height. I had one student who was so tall, he was actually my height. And that's pretty tall for a third grader, I think. My students would always talk about how they're gonna catch up to me, and by the time I see them in the 4th grade, they're gonna be taller than me. And that's all fine, it's funny, it's cute. But then they'll come up to me like in the most random times when I'm like walking around the classroom, and they'll just stand against me and be like, and I'm like, I get it, I'm short, go sit down. I feel like I can go on and on and on about all the stories I have that have to do with me being a short, young, baby-faced teacher and all the comments people had to make about it. But I will end this video by sharing all the perks of being a short, young, baby-faced teacher as well. I think one of the perks I had was that my students really wanted to be my best friend. They always wanted to know what I was doing on the weekends. They always wanted to know where I shopped at. One of my students always asked me, Miss Hall, what are you and your husband doing tonight? At recess, they would all want to hang out with me. They would just always ask me the most random personal questions. They just always wanted to know all about my life. They would always come up to me and be like, Miss Hall, you're pretty cool. You're cool. They would always reassure me that I was cool, and I know I'm not cool. I think they just think that I'm cool because I'm a young teacher, but in reality, I'm really not that cool. I think another perk is being in tune with the language of our youth, and I'm so glad because once one of my students, I don't know if y'all know this, but when someone says bet, they actually mean okay, which is kind of weird. But that's the word they're using. Instead of saying okay, they're saying bet. So I actually learned this word a couple years ago. I was in a small group and someone kept saying bet as in okay. And one day we were like, bet what? What are you trying to bet? And she finally was like, no, bet means okay. And we were like, oh, okay. So then this year I had one student towards like the end of my school year. I told him to do something and he was like, bet. And I was like, that was the first time I heard it in my room. And I'm so glad I knew what he meant. Otherwise, I would have been like, what are you talking about? Bet what? How much do you want to bet? Betting is bad, you know? But I knew that he meant okay. That was just an example of one word, but there were many other words that a lot of older people wouldn't really know what that means. So being a short, young, baby-faced teacher does have some of its perks. It isn't always just terrible. If any of you guys can relate, drop a comment below. That would make me feel better. Or if you have any stories that you'd like to share, I'd love to read them. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.